Welcome to the 1090 podcast. I'm here with Brad Coleman and Matt Blanchard. I was thinking we could start, you guys just share your stories briefly. Now, we have had each of them on individually on our podcast. But maybe just for our listeners, real quick, just give us a recap of your shit story, how you ended up in a wheelchair, and then we'll go from there. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Brad, you want to go first?
Me or Matt?
You hit it up, bro.
All right. So I'm almost 3 years in. March 12th. I think it's March 11th.
Almost 3 years in. I guess the prison sentence.
So,
Well, I know.
There we go.
so I think it was March 11th I wrecked and I got brought in on the 12th. So I went out for a motorcycle ride. I went to meet a friend of mine up north. He came down for, I think came down for a wedding, and we were going to go ride dirt bikes. And I learned this recently. I thought I went out and rode dirt bikes or went to see if he could ride. He said he was, it was raining. He had a wedding reception, wasn't going to go. And then I went out. But apparently my wife said, no, you came back. You had lunch, and then you went back out by yourself. And I didn't know that. I said, well, there's, that was,
Wow.
and I don't remember any of this. So I went out riding. I went up a trail that I haven't ridden in probably 15 years. And it's called the Goat Trail. And so anyways, I went up there, I guess, and I lost my footing or lost traction. It was kind of a sandstone / dirt trail that went around a slot canyon that was about 25, 30 feet deep, and it's only maybe 10 feet wide. So I lost traction. I ended up going into the slot canyon, and I'm thinking I must have landed on my left side because I broke my left scapula, left ribs, left femur, and everything. And then I had a brain bleed, and I laid there for, we estimate, maybe 16 to 20 hours. I laid there overnight, and I don't know if I was laying on my back or my side, but I had a burst fracture to my T12, and I laid on my spinal cord all night.
And then they found you with a drone.
So yes, I had friends out looking for me. My wife called search and rescue because the sheriff is been a friend of mine, and she called him.
You're a police officer?
Yes.
Just
yes.
so everyone knows.
Police officer, still counting at 19 years. And so the sheriff, my wife calls the sheriff and says, hey, Brad's not home. It's dark. And the sheriff, my friend, Nate Brooksby, said, yeah, this is not like him. Let's search and rescue, send him out. So they had everyone from my police department. I was with Washington City Police at the time. Everyone from my department, friends, family, random people heard about it, and they were out looking for me. And my brother and his friend were driving around all night looking for me and trying to bring, where would he be? Where would he be? And
They tried to ping your phone.
yeah, so they tried to ping my phone, but
See where
because
yeah.
I was in the slot canyon, there was no cell service. And my wife knew something was wrong because with iPhone to iPhone, text messages are blue and they go green when you're out of service, and it turns into a SMS message. So anyways, they were green. So she's like, hey, this is weird. So they couldn't find me. The last known location was at my truck, which they found my truck, and then they were trying to find me. And so anyways, they were looking all night, and about 2:33 in the morning, the search and rescue sergeant said, we got to stop the search. We need to preserve resources. We're going to hit it in the daytime. That way we can see. So my little brother and his friend were out driving around. His friend said, I'm going to go get my drone, and I'm going to come back at daylight, and we're going to find him with my drone. And so daylight comes, they meet back up. The whole time, my little brother's friend's like, he's right there. I just have a feeling he's right there. I got a hunch. So anyways, they lift up the drone, they fly it, and I can't remember, I think it was fairly quickly, but they were flying along the ridge, and he's like, shit, I found him, So he flies over to search and rescue, IC, where they had life flight, UHP helicopter there, and gave them the coordinates. And they flew right to me, and and they thought that this is going to be a dead body recovery, because being in law enforcement, you're out searching for someone all night. It's cold, it's raining. It's, like, I've been on a lot of body recoveries where it sucks, and they're like, okay, But as they got closer, and I'm unconscious this whole time, I don't remember anything, which is great. And apparently I waved and gave a thumbs up to the pilot. Crazy. And so they dropped a couple of search and rescue guys in and a couple of troopers and lifted me up, flew me to the, because they can't fly me to the hospital. They have to get transport to Life Flight, and then Life Flight transports me. So they carried me in like this basket. So I was just dangling from the helicopter.
Do you remember that?
No. And then they flew me with this basket, and there was a guy hanging on with me, like
wow.
One of my, friend of mine, So, and I've worked with these guys, so they're seeing me like, this is crazy, and so they fly me to the helicopter. And then as soon as I get in the helicopter, that's when things really tanked. My vitals, everything went down because it was cold. It was preserving. I had a brain bleed and preserving everything. And when I got warm, my vitals started tanking, and they didn't know if I was going to make it. So.
Are you glad you made it?
Yeah.
And so you woke up. So what's the last thing you remember? And then you just woke up in the hospital?
So literally the last thing I remember, I mean, I've tried to, and I've probably made up stories in my head about what I remember, but the last thing I remember is I was working a DUI shift the night before. And I remember, because I write down a little notes of all the stops I made and if it was what it was for, warning, citation, whatever, because I have to put those stats on a form and send it to the state. So I remember writing those stats down, and that's the last thing I remember. And then the next thing I remember, I'm waking up, and I had already been at the hospital for I was in IC. I think I was in. I already went through ICU, and I was in. I don't know what's the staging area between ICU and.
Yeah, West 1.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I was there, and the closest memory I remember is 2 nurses took me outside, and it was raining and it was cold. And I remember I was looking up and rain was coming down, and they're like, "Oh, it's starting to rain. Let's get back inside." And I remember saying, let me feel the rain. Wow. But then next thing I know after that, I'm already in the rehab neuro unit and starting to come to, and they're lifting me up in a Hoyer lift, to take me to the bathroom. And I'm like, that's when I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Okay. Many questions for you, but we'll save them after Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, you want to tell us your story real quick?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Real quick. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have 2 more. So one's in that hallway, and then one's right there. Are we already done?
No. You got it plugged in.
Yeah, we're good. Cool. Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
No, I just don't want to have one and then,
All right, go for it, Matt.
All right. So January 16th, 2006, I was an electrical contractor at the time. I was 30 years old and had a brand new truck, killing it. Had a division in Salt Lake City, Utah, a division down here in St. George, and I traveled back and forth between these two divisions all the time. And this particular morning, it was raining, and I picked up one of my employees. His name's Brett Dastrup. Brett, love you. And he jumped in the cab of my truck. He's a 19-year-old punk kid at the time. And he almost poked me in the chest. It's like, Matt, put your seatbelt on. And at the time, I was 6'2". I'm still 6'2", but I look 4'2". 6'2", 215, just ran the St. George Marathon. Like, I was in the best shape of my life. Nothing could hurt me. I really thought that. Nothing could hurt me. Gave Brett all these reasons. Don't tell me what to do. Got on I-15, headed up towards Cedar City. Rain turns to snow. Brett says for a second time, Matt, put your seatbelt on. No, not going to happen. Whiteout conditions, following a semi-truck. For a third time, Brett told me, put my seatbelt on. Third time, I said no. Lost control of my truck. Went down into the median between north and southbound traffic. And my truck rolled 2 2.25 times. My back went in the steering wheel, snapped me in two, and took emergency crews 2 hours to drive down and cut me and Brett out of my brand new truck, transferred me to a gurney, and airlift me to Salt Lake City, Utah, where two surgeries, and I'm a T12 complete spinal cord injury. Brad, what are you?
Originally I was T11, T12 complete.
Okay, you're complete as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can talk about the completeness.
Yeah.
Complete
That's
means-
totally different than
Complete's like you're done.
right. See, so that's what's so messed up. No, that's not the case at all. Like you saw what Brad was doing, you saw what I was doing, and maybe you can put that. So Brad can stand up. I won't speak that. I can stand up. I used to be able to walk, but I'm a complete injury. So what that complete injury means is you've got your spinal cord, and then you've got all the peripheral nerves that are coming off the main column of your spinal cord. And in the middle of your spinal cord, that's where you have bowel and bladder function, and that's where you have sexual function. And so if I get hurt 51%, I'm a complete injury because I've just lost bowel, bladder, and sexual function. So the way they test that in the hospital is they see if you can flex your sphincter on your butt. Like right now, you can probably do that. Me and Brad can't do that.
I'm literally doing it right now.
Yeah, everybody, go ahead and flex your sphincter right there, right now. Me and Brad are trying, and it's just not happening.
Yeah.
So that's what complete means. Like I can look, I'm moving my damn legs right now. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that
Right?
and was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I did my good leg. This is my bad leg.
Okay.
So if you're really in trouble, maybe you do this one. But if you're kind of in trouble, you do that one. And what else is interesting? So Brad's a T11, 12 complete. I'm a T12 complete. Our injuries are completely different. One spinal cord injury. If you've met a spinal cord injury, you've met a spinal cord injury. We're all different. We can all do different things. So that's what complete means. But especially to a new patient, like when Brad first came in, that's how I met Brad. Is it when he got hurt? I was volunteering at the inpatient rehab, and you tell a new patient, a new spinal cord injury, you're a complete injury. First, my head went right there too. I must have severed my cord. I must have nothing going on ever. I'm done. No, that's not the case. I lost sexual function. I lost bowel and I lost bladder. That's the definition of a complete spinal cord injury. So if there's anybody out there in the medical field that can change that, I would love that. Because coming into a new patient's room and they've just been told they're a complete spinal cord injury and they don't understand what I just explained to you. I mean, that takes all the wind out of your sails. I mean, that you've got hope, and now you got a physician who's in that moment is God telling you, hey, you're a complete injury. Like, what the hell does that mean? I'm never going to walk again. I'm never going to do this, that, and the other. And that's not the case. So anyway, that's what a complete injury is. That's the definition of a complete and incomplete spinal cord injury. The physician will take his finger, stick it right up your rectum. And if you can bear down, you are an incomplete injury. It's called an ASIA exam. And truly, that is how they do it. Swear.
So did you think probably never able to walk again, or what was your
Never. Not even a second.
And then how long did it take you to walk? How many years?
15.
Yeah. And we did that event where we both spoke, and
Yeah.
I got to hear you tell your story, and for some reason when I had you on the podcast, I didn't realize how long the gap was in between.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, how about you just finish your story?
Okay.
Sorry.
So, told I'd never walk again. That's exactly what I needed to hear. So I went to work 15 years on this impossible. I was told it was impossible for me to walk again, which was what I needed to hear. Swear. I'm just that guy that says, if you tell me I can't do something, watch, this is going to happen. So, I believe now that my physician knew that that's what I needed to hear, not, hey, let's rally the troops and you're going to be good. I needed to hear you're not going to walk again. And here's all the case evidence and everything. Cause I'm just that guy. So, traveled the world, had stem cells done, regained the ability to walk with one single point cane in my left hand, and AFOs. So an AFO is an ankle foot orthotic, AFO. And what that does is, Brad's got them on right now. They go down on the backside of your calf, underneath your heel. And so when Brad and I, we don't have anything, any movement below the knee. So if we pick up our foot and don't have an AFO on, we get drop foot. So, and so now you're dragging your foot, it's trying to, through your gait. Well, with the AFOs on, and homeboy just standing out there, I love it, Brad. Such hard work. So anyway, yeah, I regained the ability to walk. And then in 2021, a drunk driver crossed I-15, hit me head on. And for a second time, I was extracted from my truck with the jaws of life, airlifted, suffered spinal cord injury. My ability to walk was taken again. So I'm on the third time of, am I going to walk again? No, I'm not. But that doesn't stop me from working out, from still progressing towards this impossible dream of walking. I'm cool with being in a wheelchair now. I couldn't say that until the second accident. Serious. I mean, here I am. My daughter's getting married. My daughter got married September 25th of 2021. So 7 months before my daughter's wedding, I get cracked head on by that drunk driver. And I didn't get to walk my girl down the aisle. My one and only girl, man, which sucked. But it turned out better than I could have possibly imagined. And sometimes when we let go of our way, things turn out better. And my oldest son walked her down the aisle to me. And we did the little twirl. The daddy-daughter dance was amazing.
That was cool.
Bro, right?
Wasn't she in a wheelchair?
Yeah. This is so cool. So if
great.
you want to see what the daddy-daughter dance is, it's special. So no one knew except my daughter, myself, the wedding planner, and her husband. Not even my wife knew. So we're at this big event. It was awesome. And now the daddy-daughter dance. So I rolled out to the middle of the floor, and she kind of grabs me at the hips because she's a nurse. She knows where to, and pulls me up to a stand. And so here I am with my head on my little girl's shoulders, and which was absolutely amazing. We're just rocking back and forth, and we're both standing. And then she puts me down in my wheelchair, and her husband brings out a wheelchair and sits her down in the wheelchair and gets her all situated with her dress. And then we jammed out to Wiz Khalifa, man. Like that tells you about my family.
Yeah.
Like we a lot like you, Mace. We live hard, we live fast, we live, man.
Well, if we got to be here, we might as well make the most of it, right?
Might as well get her done, right?
Yeah.
Right? I figure I'm safe. Two accidents, 2 spinal cord injuries. I'm not getting attacked by a shark. I'm not getting hit by lightning.
No.
Like, I can do a whole bunch of stupid stuff.
One of my favorite parts about the episode we did last time is, Matt, I think you asked Brad, you said something like, what can't you do now that you used to do? And when you asked him the question, I'm like, Matt, what the hell are you, like, this, what a stupid ass question. Like, there's got to be 100 things you guys can't do now. And then Brad starts answering. He's like, well, I can still ride my dirt bike, and I still am a police officer, and I can have sex with my wife, and I'm dirt biking again because you have a special dirt bike thing. I don't know if I said that already.
Mountain bike.
Anyway,
Yeah.
mountain bike. The point is, like, I'm like, and it just like blew my mind. I'm like, holy shit, like, this is crazy the way you answered that question. Because when you first answered it, I'm like,
What a dumbass question.
but you must know what you're talking about. being in that chair is like, yeah, because it's just like really like, damn, like, I think that'd be really motivating to hear if you had an accident and you just got into a wheelchair, because it was a true question and a true answer.
Yeah.
I got some questions for you guys. Is that? Sorry, are you done talking, Matt?
I'm done talking. You know I'm never done talking, Mace.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's good. All right, first question I got for you guys. I got to ask about the sex.
Yeah.
When we did the episode last time, we had so many questions about sex. So
Yeah, a lot of
And
people
then-
want to know.
And then Matt, you were talking about this pump thing,
Yeah.
and it's wild. So I think it's worth a talk if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
And it's very different for both of you.
100%. Yeah.
All right, take it away.
You want to hit it first? Or you want me?
You
All
go
right,
first, and then
I'll
I'll
take
talk.
Not
this.
saying hit it first, talking about sex.
Right? No. We're never gonna. We're not. Listen. Yeah, I was gonna go somewhere right there. We'd have to cut that out. You anyway. Okay. So with me, so when I got married at 19 when I knew it all, knew everything, and I get hurt at 30, and at the time, 6'2", 215, like literally a specimen of a man. Swear. I spent a lot of time on my body. I spent a lot of time just on me. And then I got hurt, and nothing below the waist works. And I'm not 6'2". I'm not a man. Like, I didn't know what I was, swear. And so I get discharged from the hospital, and I come home to navigate this new life of paralysis with my wife. And I did the best to destroy my marriage. Like, I said every mean, evil, horrific thing to get my wife to leave me. Because I didn't want her married to a cripple.
Did you know, like, consciously that's what you were doing?
100%. That was a conscious decision to be like, you know what, this is going to happen anyway. And I don't know, Brad, if I'm hitting, I hope I am. I had it in my mind, this is going to happen anyway. My wife's going to leave me because I'm not a man. And lo and behold, I needed my wife. For the first time, I know it's fucked up to say, for the first time in our relationship, in our marriage, I needed my wife. I needed my wife to roll over, to sit up, to get dressed, to go to the bathroom, to shower, you name it. To get in a car, out of a car, to drive, to you name it. I needed my wife. And I didn't know that she'd been praying for years. Hey, humble him, humble him, humble him, humble him. Then the accident happens. And unbeknownst to me, she felt guilty. She's like, holy shit, my prayers have been answered. Now homeboy's in a wheelchair, and can't do anything without me. So I was in my bathtub. We were getting ready to go to Lake Powell, or my family was, and I wasn't going. And I said every mean thing. She's bawling her eyes out in front of our mirror. And she told me she wasn't in love with my legs, that she loved me. She wasn't going anywhere. And then she reached into her purse, and with a permanent marker, we've got double sinks. And on my side of the sink, she wrote, "What kind of day will it be today? You decide." And that's the day I knew I had one person that wasn't going to leave me. Like, wasn't, I mean, because my past is I was a tough kid growing up, and my parents got divorced when I was young. And then my dad had been married so many times, so many women in and out of our life. I'd never met all his wives. And then my mom was on her third marriage. And yeah, bro, it was, my wife was the first person ever who chose me. Always has chosen me through all my bullshit, through the rights, the wrongs. Like, even when I'm wrong, my wife has me. Like, swear. And then when we get in private, she'll be like, "Why did you put me in that situation?" But that's how our family is. Like, Brad being a police officer, you could watch my son shoot somebody right in the face, and I'm going to say, "No, he didn't. No, he didn't." And we're going to go home, and then I'm going to say, "Why the F did you put me in that situation?" Like, my family's the only people who I will lie, cheat, and steal for. That's just a fact, you guys. I am what I am. My family's everything to me. Everything to me. And the Mace, that's why it's hard for me to talk about you, bro. So, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I can't let myself feel that.
Yeah, I think me and Ryan, we talk about this a lot, but one thing we're learning with grief is you just can't compare it. It's not something that's healthy to do or is it just doesn't do any good. I think it's just very different. I cannot imagine one day being you guys. Like, how long did it take you guys to put on socks for the first time?
Oh God.
Yeah, like I couldn't do that. And yeah, so and obviously you look at my story and you have similar thoughts, but no, I just think it's important that we let everyone feel heard, and what you guys have been through is extremely fucked up. And sometimes when I'm on a podcast, people will say, you know, you have to laugh or cry. Like,
Yeah.
how do you use humor, blah blah blah. And I bring up your story. I'm like, yeah, like, listen to this story. This guy gets paralyzed, learns to walk again, about to walk his daughter down the aisle, paralyzed again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to laugh. That thing's that's a joke of a life.
Straight up.
Give me a break.
Straight up.
And so anyway, maybe I'm just rambling, but yeah, I appreciate the sympathy, but you don't need to feel bad for having your kids be alive and enjoying them.
No, okay, so I
fine.
don't. It's okay, so don't take it that way. That's good. I like this because it's not.
Okay. Because like, even when you spoke at the event,
Yeah.
like you said something about marrying your daughter or whatever, and then you could tell, like, you shifted to me like, and it was just like, dude, you enjoy that moment with your daughter,
Right?
dude. Like, I'm good. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay. I can kind of wrap my head around that. I guess it is comparing my life to you, and
Well, I think it's
and
just-
having that seeing my daughter get married, and but that also what helps me through my bullshit is like I get to give my daughter away.
Yeah.
You know what Mace would like? Yeah, when we were at that event. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done with that bullshit. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Okay. Brad, you can have sex too, or what's going on?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's get back to that.
You guys,
Yeah.
are too much
So
fun.
a lot of people
Warming
wanted to
us
know
up.
in our last one. In our last one, they wanted to know, hey, can they have sex? Like when
I
you get
think so.
paralyzed,
They're
can you have
just
sex?
curious, yeah. And you guys can, for the short answer.
Yes.
Someone actually made a shirt that says, "Yes, it still works."
You guys need to rock those shirts, man.
That's funny.
That's good. Okay. Next question. Sorry, this might be weird, but I like this question.
All right,
When
Brad.
you-
This is on you, by the way. It's
Well-
coming your way.
This would be a quick one, but yeah. When you guys dream, are you walking or in a chair?
For me, walking. Like sometimes I'm in a chair, but a lot of it is walking. Like I want to say it was just last week. I was telling my wife that I had a dream that I was walking. I was a cop again out on the streets walking. And I even was like running, and I woke up and I was super depressed. Like it was, and I try not to let it get me down, but it was like, man, I just had an awesome, and I don't remember my dreams much, but this one, you know, like, but I remember the ones of me walking. And then when I wake up, it's like, damn, gosh, I wish I could just dream.
Yeah, that's kind of a fear of mine. I can't dream since the accident. It's very rare if I have a dream and if I remember it. I think part of it's marijuana. I think part of it is just what you just said. I think I'm so scared I'm going to have a dream walking on the beach with Courtney, and then I wake up and I don't know if I could make it through that day. Like that would just, I'm scared of that. And so I have mixed feelings about my dreams. But Matt, what about you?
How far are you post
So it's
event?
been 4.5 years.
You guys are brand new. That's the first thing.
Yeah, Brad, you're what?
He's coming up on his
3 years in March,
3 year
so
in
I'm
here in just a minute.
20 something, or no, 2 years.
Yeah,
And
because
like,
you're like, I'm 3 years in.
Yeah.
to my,
Yeah, in his prison sentence.
yeah.
So you guys got to give yourself. I mean, you don't have to, I guess, but I would recommend grace. Like, give
Yeah.
yourself a minute for hell's sakes. Like, I was a shit show at 4 years, straight up. Still very suicidal, very suicidal.
do you think that's one of the ways grief works differently? Because there's some people I interview, it's been 3 months. Or they're barely at a year and they've lost a husband and a kid. And I couldn't leave my room. Like,
Mhm.
I think we all just kind of move through it
Mhm,
differently.
Mhm.
But yeah, because some people they're back to work.
Yeah.
How like
Yeah.
what? How are you just
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyway?
So I've never had a dream of me. Oh no, sorry. My dreams, and I dream vividly, man. I've had dreams where I'm paralyzed, but I'm walking. I've never been in a wheelchair ever, not even once. But I have been at a party and I needed to go to the bathroom. I needed a catheter. So, and that'll be fun. This is fun for everybody now that we're talking about catheters.
Oh no, not
So, yeah, this is how Brad.
Well,
Do you need a catheter or can
Oh,
you
yeah.
straight go? Okay,
No, I wish. It'd
Yeah.
save me like a few
Right?
$100. Like
a month.
what is it?
We have to pay to go to the bathroom,
it's like $400 a
No,
month. I
we
have
were-
to pay. To
we
freaking
recorded with
pee.
Kelly Busio, and yeah, same thing. She's in a wheelchair, and same thing. Like the
Mhm.
money that she has to spend on
It is ridiculous. It's
It's
I always
so bad.
I've been referring it to as the it's a rich man's injury.
Yeah,
yeah,
If you got money,
yeah.
oh, things are
Do you use this exact one too, or no?
no. Since we're showing off,
Yeah, the
catheters.
catheters, right? Watch his. He's gonna have to like unreel his and it'll be
Catheter
out the door.
competition.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, Brad. Now listen, I'm right here.
Yo, put
Don't
these
roll it
away.
all the way
You're
out,
gonna make
bro.
my girlfriend jealous with the size of these catheters.
So I use these ones.
All right. Yeah,
It's
those,
not- it's
those
a-
are straight
it's a
too.
hydrophilic.
Yeah,
It's
I like
just
that.
I'm a bargain shopper. When
there
it
you go.
comes to
Yeah, there you
catheters.
go.
I don't have the money to.
This God.
So for us to go to the bathroom, bro.
That
So we
sucks,
open
man.
these up. They're single use, and we
16
have
inches.
to put that up our urethra, all the way up into your bladder, and that's how we go to the bathroom, and that's how I've gone to the bathroom. Now I'm 20 years into my injury, you guys. 20 years, and is my story sad?
Yeah,
I get to decide that.
No, you don't. It's sad. It's totally sad.
Mace, you wouldn't have liked me before my accident.
No, it's sad, dude. You don't walk up to somebody who got paralyzed like, is this sad? Like, it's sad. That's sad. You need your legs, man.
Hmm.
What do you think? Brad, help me out here. This is sad.
Now,
I don't-
remember,
like,
you guys are 4 years in. I'm
This was-
20.
This was a question I had for you later, though, but like, there's so much pride involved.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I can get this question right now because I was going to ask you guys, like, how do you guys do with asking for help? Because I'm sure you go through a phase where it's such this pride thing, like, I don't need your help, but then also you guys need a lot of help, especially at the beginning. So, which is very similar to my grief journey. So, how are you guys in that area?
It took me a minute to like, no, I can do it, but now I'm at a grocery store and I'm like yesterday I needed to get some milk off they put the half gallon of milk up top and there was a lady getting milk and I said, hey, excuse me, ma'am, could you grab that milk? I'm a little short. I mean, I try to make a joke out of it
Right.
so they're not like, oh, and she's like, yeah, I guess you are.
You ever had someone tell you no?
No, I've never.
Yeah, not ever.
Oh, good luck.
It's like, not
So here's the
today.
advantage. Brad's in a wheelchair. I'm in a wheelchair. So the world sees our wheelchairs. Well, you two are in wheelchairs too. But I'm just letting you know.
We all got a wheelchair.
But the
says-
right, but
says Matt.
the world doesn't see your wheelchair. So the world gets our milk, gets cheese, gets the door. I mean, our lives are hard because everybody sees our challenge. I wouldn't trade you in for 1 second, bro. And yeah, I said that on stage, not for a second. And here's the other thing, Mace. So people who don't know Mason, he's a tatted up mother trucker, and he wears Metallica shirts, and he is who he is. And if people saw Mason's wheelchair, because I'm sure you get judged by people who don't know you, and if people would see what you've gone through, are you shitting me? They would. Matt, out of the way. Mace, what can I do for you? And that's the message that I want to spread to the world is we're all in wheelchairs, for hell's sakes. Take a second.
So you think it's for someone like me, it might be harder to ask for help because people they don't notice that I need help. that
100%.
much?
Oh, I think so.
Versus you guys where it's just so obvious
Yeah.
that these guys.
Don't you? What do you think? What do you think, Brad?
No, I
Yeah.
think there's logic to that for sure. Yeah.
That's like just in like law enforcement, we see a lot of stuff. We carry a lot of PTSD and, but you can't see it. You can't see what's
Right.
going on inside someone's head, like when you go to like a fatal accident, or guy just, killed someone and then shot himself, murder, suicide. You got to process that. And a
Right.
lot of people don't see that you're hurting inside, like, wow. And so we always like, and it was kind of a stigma at first in law enforcement, like, oh, you don't see a counselor, you don't talk about your feelings, we're men, we're cops. But now the times have changed and now they're promoting it. And I'm like, that's good because you're seeing a lot less officers. A lot of officers, suicide rates pretty high with officers
Yeah.
because they can't deal with
Right. They don't
life
get the press,
outside
man.
of work.
Right.
And
Yeah, I
so,
think
so we
if they
always
talk about
yeah.
it, don't they feel like maybe I won't get to work? Like if I tell them my dark secrets of PTSD,
Right.
are they going to let me have my job?
That's what it was before. And now it's like, okay. So it's always good. Like I always check in on everybody. I'm always like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Like, how was that call? Especially if it was like a pretty intense call. Like when I was at Salt Lake, within my first week, I got shot at on investigating a drive-by, and then the guy comes by and does the drive-by,
Damn.
and we're all like, everybody okay, and kind of hit me like, holy crap! I just left the sheriff's office down in St. George, and now I'm getting shot at 2 weeks later. I'm like, what did I do? And it kind of messed with me,
So the day it all changed for me is I came home, new student at Utah Tech University. Well, it's Dixie back then, but my dad is with me, and I'm going into the school, and there's a really cute girl right in front of me, and she's like, "Can I get that door for you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm straight." Now my dad's right behind me, and so she goes in, and I go to grab the door. My dad, boom, closes the door, and he lit me up. And he was a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Oh man, that explains a lot.
About yeah.
Wow.
And he
you got
turned me
Marine vibes.
Oh, bro, my dad's like, who are you? You can get your own door, but who are you to take her blessings away for her, helping her feel more fulfilled through this day? Who are you? And you, with my pops, especially in the mornings when we go hunting or do whatever, like you didn't speak until dad was ready to talk to you. You didn't speak till spoken to. You always addressed him as sir. Like, yeah, I feared my father. There's no question. I mean, I got beat when I was young for doing stupid shit. And I feared my father. I think that's important. My kids feared me growing up too. I wasn't their friend. I was their dad. And now I'm their dad. I mean, they're their friend. We're best friends. I think that's lost as well. Anyway, we're getting off track, but
No, you're good. What did you guys learn about yourself after the tragic incident you guys went through? Like, and I mean some of the good things, like that you didn't really know that about you. Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go first.
yeah.
So, at first I was, poor me, this sucks. I can't, and then I don't know who said it or where I heard it from, but someone said like, don't say can't, just say you haven't done it yet.
Right.
And so I don't know if maybe I don't know. Someone told me that. So anyways, but yeah, it's like I learned a lot about myself that I could have done different. Like I'm like, oh, if I would have done this, if I would have done that. Cause like, it sucks to say, like this injury made me realize things that I wasn't doing, like I wasn't being present with my family as much as I should have, and then I get injured and then they're my biggest support, so I don't know if that's kind of the question, but I realized like I had priorities different, like my thought process on, love and family is I got to make money to take care of my family so we can do stuff, have nice things. And now that I don't have the money that I used to, and it's like I took for granted because I could have died easily, and never had it. So it put in perspective, like, wow, I should have been there more. And that's something I wish I could change, but I have a new opportunity to change that. and be more present in everyone's lives,
This is badass, bro. I swear. The day for me was in acute rehab. I was up at LDS Hospital. I had just, my little brother had just helped me transfer into the shower. I've got one of those you got the good up to date ones, bro.
had the nice soft.
Mine was a turtle shell, hard, like plastic. Anyway, so I couldn't bend and move and stuff like that. But I was in the shower, and my little brother had just helped me transfer in, and I remember bawling, just crying and crying and crying, man. And what was so cool is my little brother wasn't there to fix it because he didn't know either. He didn't know, but he was there to support me and to let me know you're not alone. I don't know what the F this looks like moving forward. So what I did in that shower is I looked at my shattered situation, and I dissociated from it, and I looked at it all, and I grabbed the pieces that I wanted to put myself back together with, and the other stuff that didn't serve me, I got rid of. And that included people. Like I got rid of all negative criticizing people, all of them, every single one that day in the shower. And then I went to work on negative criticizing thoughts that day in the shower. And religion didn't dictate how I put myself back together like it did in growing up. My mom and dad didn't dictate. I chose. Like what you see and hear before you is what I put together. And I freaking love being me, man. I love this guy because I chose this. Like there's no religion that gets in the way. There's no God, Christ, whatever you believe. I put myself back together the best way I knew how, and I love the way I did it, and I love who I am and the outcomes. So I'm proud of myself today. 20 years later, and I'm doing what I'm doing and having the effect on people that I'm having. Hell yeah, 10-year-old me isn't proud of me, man. So I'm proud of myself. So we do hard things. We all do hard things. Like I look at obstacles as opportunities to grow. There's never a no. Like Brad, there's never no. It's just I haven't done it yet. And when you first get hurt, everything's a first. Like a first birthday, a first vacation, a first going outside, first everything. And firsts are scary because you don't know the outcome of them. Well, after that day in the shower, I was like, let's do firsts. I want to do all my firsts. Like whatever is scary, like what's for you to have a dream, scary, bro. Like if I were you flipping it, I'd be like, I got to have a freaking vivid dream somehow. I want to do the hardest shit on the planet because that's what I do. Because on the other side of hard is self-confidence. On the other side of hard is love. On the other side of hard,
do like ketamine or something.
Bro, okay, I've done ketamine.
Oh, really? How was that?
I hated it.
Really?
Okay, so this is how it happened.
Because I've done mushrooms and I really like that experience.
I don't like mushrooms because they make my legs freak out everywhere.
Oh my God, this is so fascinating to me.
Bro, I take mushrooms and my legs just start there everywhere. They're happier to be at the party than me. Like swear, they're everywhere. THC, big fan. I don't drink alcohol. So the ketamine thing is I became dependent on pain medication after the first accident. I didn't know that taking Oxycontin it was going to be highly dependent, or, become dependent. I'm not an addict. I'm not a recovering addict. I became dependent on pain medication. So, all I knew is when I took this stuff, I could push the broken body hard through therapies, like hard. And, I'm a wrestler. I'm a football player. I'm a track runner. Like I do hard things growing up too. And I could push my body hard. Well, got to the point after 5 years, I was taking 390 milligrams of opiate every day. And I knew I had a problem, and I tried to quit on my own many, many, many times. But it wasn't until I got my doctor and family involved that I finally got over that dependency. Getting the second accident, they're loading my broken ass body into that helicopter, and I'm talking broken. When they cut out my door and they transferred me onto the gurney, this leg just went, and this leg went, and And I was looking at my body and I literally turned and I'm like, I'm glad I'm paralyzed because I can't feel this.
Oh yeah.
But my body was just jacked, bro. And so I'm on that gurney. They finally get me all placed on the gurney. They get me in the helicopter. They start the rotors and, it's doing this number. And there's 2 pilots up front. There's me and the nurse in the back. We all have headphones on. And the pilot's like, look, and I'm in a lot of pain because I broke my back again. And the nurse in the back with me is like, what's your height? What's your weight? We're going to push Dilaudid. And I said, I can't have Dilaudid. I'm 8 years clean. I abuse. And he's like, okay, have you had ketamine before? I'm like, I don't know what ketamine is. And height, weight, pushes ketamine. And bro, I went, the nurse called it the K-hole, whatever the hell that is. And I turn over to the nurse, and so if it's Brad, and the nurse has the headphones on, but it's a horse's face, swear to you. And the horse is talking to me. And so I just kind of did this number back over to
And
the
you didn't
window.
like this?
Oh my gosh, bro. And so the nurse is like, you're in the K-hole. And I'm like, where am I? And he's like, you were in an accident. We're airlifting you to the hospital. I'm like, no, what planet am I on? I asked
There's
this,
horse people here.
Yeah.
bro. And I can't even look at him because he's a horse looking at me. Yeah. And so they pushed that ketamine and he's like, it'll be over in 12 minutes. And it was. But bro, F ketamine. Never.
Okay.
Never again, ever.
So just THC then.
Yep.
Cool.
THC to sleep, help sleep. After my second accident, I was determined to prove that we did not need pain medication, that THC could take care of it. So all my doctors knew, everybody knew, Matt's not taking pain medication. He's going to do tinctures, edibles, and I kept all a log of it. How many milligrams I was taking each day and everything. Everybody listening, THC does not help with pain. At least it didn't help me with pain. Like it helped zero.
Doesn't help with my tattoo pain at all.
Bro, it for I don't know about you, but it says, "Hey, look at me, I'm hurting."
Yeah.
And I tried, believe me, I tried to where I was stoned 24/7, trying to deal with this pain thing, trying to say, okay, how much more do I need to take to deal with this pain? Doesn't work. So after about 3 weeks of trying just THC, I went back on pain medication.
Brad, you're a cop, so maybe I just shouldn't ask you this, but you ever dabble with that type of stuff?
No. And because law enforcement, and I'm in a job where I can't use, even though I'm a civilian, I still work in a setting where I can't use.
Because you got to be clear.
Even if I had,
you got to be clear.
even if I had a medical marijuana card, I still couldn't, And I've heard so many benefits, but it's like I haven't used since I was 20 years old that I don't know.
They got some good stuff out now, Brad. I'll tell you what.
I don't use anything for pain.
Wow, really?
I got some more questions for you guys, but I asked you guys to come with some questions of your own to ask each other. I just thought it'd be cool to hear someone from your perspective ask someone else in a wheelchair a question. Anyway, any of you guys want to throw out a question to the other, or should we swap batteries real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just barely gonna.
Neuropathy.
That was one of my
What is neuropathy?
question for you.
Oh, really?
Nerve pain.
He's got
Yeah.
that was one of his questions actually. He's got it.
So nerve pain.
Yeah, nerve pain
It
sucks.
sucks.
Oh,
And I wonder how you deal with it. I mean, that's kind of like what you just talked about. But.
yeah. So you're Brad, you're a cop. You can do this. I know you can do this. In the beginning, so nerve pain for everybody that's listening, it feels like you put your arm in a very cold bucket of ice and there's just the ice picks going into your skin, or it feels like when your arm is coming out of being asleep and it's just that hurty stuff. That's what Brad's going through right now.
Right now, my legs, my butt, my hamstrings, and everything below my
Yeah.
feels like I have sticker burrs and they're
Yep.
hot. It's like hot ashes, hot coals touching my skin. The only thing I don't feel it is my quads.
Yeah.
Right here. That's it. There's
Same.
I asked Kelly Bucio, I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much physical pain are you in? Because she was in a plane crash. Her husband died. She was really badly injured. I said, how just asking about the physical pain.
Okay, so she's quadriplegic because her arms and hands are affected.
She can move. Yeah.
She can move them, but yeah. Okay, got you.
And so I asked her, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in a day? And without hesitation, she said 10. And it just like, so I just want to ask you the same question. That literally happened to me last night. I fell asleep on my arm and it was, and it sucks. I can't, so answer the question. Sorry. 1 through 10, how much pain are you in?
It's out of 10 all the time.
God.
Like even the only time I don't feel it is when I'm sleeping, but I'll wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And as soon as I get up and sit in my chair to go to the bathroom, it is on fire.
And how do you deal with that without drugs all the time?
There's like pregabalin,
Gabapentin.
gabapentin, all that. I was on it, but now I've been taking, I don't know, they're probably fake, but on Facebook, like, oh, check this out. You suffer from neuropathy. And I'm like, yep, take my money. So I get these supplements that have, it's like magnesium, vitamins and stuff like that. So I just take those because I felt like the gabapentin was giving me fog brain.
Really? They say that GABA is early onset Alzheimer's and stuff, like dementia. Swear. Well, I don't know if that's true, but anyway, I've heard that about gabapentin.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. Like I had a brain bleed, and it didn't really. I was a vegetable. Like my wife was like, "You were there, but you weren't there."
Mm.
So she thought I was going to be vegetable my whole life.
Mm.
And then one day I just kind of snapped out of it. I had a speech therapist. I had, like these ladies coming to my room, and I couldn't remember shit. Like she would give me a photo, out of a coloring book. And would say, okay, you got 3 minutes to look at this photo. I'd look at it and then she'd take it away. And then she'd wait 30 seconds. She'd say, what was sitting on the windowsill? Or what was, was it a boy or a girl? And I had the hardest time answering it. And now I'm kind of snapped out of it, but there's still times I'll be telling someone a story, and if someone then interrupts, if I'm telling a story and then someone oh, hey, and then I'll forget. And I'm like, holy crap, how did I forget? And I feel stupid. I'm like, so it doesn't affect me big time, but I just have problems remembering stuff.
How long did that happen to Kelly Busey?
That was a while ago. I think it was 1996 or 7.
Oh, she'd been.
Right? Am I remembering that right?
She didn't fat minute. She'd been a minute. There.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So for me, same as Brad, you take me, cut me right in half, like pins and needles, knees down, pins and needles, butt, pins and needles. And remember, I'm 20 years into this. Okay, 20 years, and I don't know a more mentally strong person than me. I'm not trying to. I don't know a more mentally strong person than me. So, pain. We're paralyzed. So if I can feel pain, hell yeah, bring it on. Because I can feel something. I can feel it. Now with Brad and me, anything below the knee, we could watch you guys go to town with sledgehammers on below the knee. Watch you do it. And we would not feel a damn thing. Not a thing. And now with me and Brad, this will work for you, bro. I swear it, because we're so similar. If you touch me, even it's like somebody just wham, slams home that pain. It just exacerbates right there. And instead of pain, I interpret that as touch now. Because your mind is amazing. It's the most powerful damn thing, swear to you, in your subconscious. We run on 95% of our subconscious, and I have learned how to rewire my damn subconscious. Seriously. So now, if in the beginning, my foot fell off of my footrest, and I drug that damn thing all the way down to my neighbor's house, bloody stump. I'm missing toes and everything now. Now, if I were to do the same thing, instantly, it would be painful, but I don't interpret that as pain anymore. Something's different. Something's touching me, or I can't tell hot and cold, but I can definitely, you touch me anywhere. And I bet Brad's the same way. If you focus, bro, and somebody touched you, I bet you can say, you're touching me here, there. And so it's touch now. It's not pain anymore. So I don't take anything for nerve pain either, because I want to feel. Even if it's pain, I can rewire my brain to not interpret that as pain anymore. I can interpret that as touch, or something's different. Like if I'm on a snowmobile, okay, I'm maybe getting burnt, or, something's different. So you guys, it's just like wham, 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 wham every time I touch, which is touch.
Yeah.
But I can't tell hot, cold, dull, sharp, or any of that kind of stuff. So, and again, 4 years, 3 years, 20 years into this bad boy. So for Kelly, I don't know if she's ever gotten into the mental state of dissociating from the pain and realizing that can help her. I don't know. Anyway.
Like it helps.
I just know with Kelly specifically, she has another type of illness. I just remember her saying, the doctors told me that my ribs will eventually pierce my lungs and I'll just die one day. So I'm just waiting for that
to
happen.
Wow.
Really brutal story.
Right.
Yeah, she's older, but she's so cool. Like, such an awesome lady, makes jewelry, so funny. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, with the nerve pain, like, because being in a wheelchair, you get, since we don't have much muscle, like fat and muscle, pressure sores are a big thing. So now, I can feel when I've been sitting too long, the pain increases. So I'm like, I have to lift up. I'm like, okay.
That's why you're yoked and got those.
Yeah. So because you get a pressure sore, you're out of the game for a minute, because it takes months. Sometimes people are
that's how we die.
Battling for years.
That's how we die. That's how Brad and I die. I'm not joking. That we get a pressure sore, it gets infected, and we die.
You said the life expectancy
for a
paraplegic is 72.
Mm-hmm. 72. I'm 50.
But the average is 75, right? So that,
Yeah, I mean, hey, give or take a couple of years, man. So just be like, listen, you guys really don't have it that bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
know, right? I love it.
Well, I look at, so I do this Zoom group every week. I try to get there every week, but in the beginning I was like religious. I just found is spinal cord. It's a SCI Boston. There's a group out in Boston. They call it, it's United Spinal, but they're their own little branch off of that, SCI Boston. There's a lot of people in Boston area that's in a wheelchair, and there's people in there that have been, like, there's a couple of people, like 40-something years they've been in a wheelchair. They were paralyzed when they were kids, and they've grown up to be, married, have kids. They had like a successful career. And I'm like, man, if they can do it, I could do it.
Oh yeah.
I just need to know, like, one of my questions to you was, when or how the hell does this get easier? Because I pretend it's easy, but in my head, I was like, this is a joke.
At 3 years, bro, shit show. I was a shit show at 3 years. I just came back from China, then done the stem cells, which I knew were going to work. I knew I was walking off that plane. That didn't happen. Got a really bad infection. Damn near died. And then just went into a mad depression. And that's when I started abusing like mother trucker. So when does paralysis get easier?
Sure, it comes with
paralysis doesn't get easier. Like paralysis doesn't get easier, but purpose. I found purpose through paralysis, and that trumps being paralyzed. It's almost like being paralyzed has given me this gift where I've got a nonprofit now. I've met you. I get to help other people in chairs. Like paralysis doesn't get easier, but as soon as you understand that other people are going through some bullshit, and you can actually show up authentically in a wheelchair, and so like with Mace, you can show up, and Mace is gonna be like, all right, this mother trucker's been through some stuff, and the first time I ever met Mace, he comes out to my truck. I'd have no idea who he is. Like, see, I don't even know how we got hooked up, but grabs my chair and he's talking about me, this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And he doesn't know this, but in my life, I'm like, yeah, I'm a badass motherfucker. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Get into the recording, and before we even record, he starts to tell me his story, and I'm like, you're that guy. You're that guy. And I don't even know how many times I said that, but we all have our chairs, and I'm choosing mine every time. So when does it get easier? It doesn't get easier. Paralysis doesn't get easier. Sticking this thing down your urethra doesn't get, it is what it is. So now that it is what it is, I know that I have control of how I deal with it. So E plus R equals O. There was an event. I had no control of the event. There's 2 events, which I had no control of. So there's the E. The R is the reaction. So how am I going to react to that event? Am I going to, well, this sucks and I got to pee through a straw and da-da-da-da-da. And then the outcome is going to be, if I take that reaction, the outcome is going to be detrimental. It's going to be not good. Right. Where you take the same paralysis and my reaction is, okay, I can go now help people. People are drawn to me. Little kids are drawn to me. Hey, what's wrong with your legs? I get to talk about seatbelt safety. And then I get to talk to mom and dad. And then all the other doors that have opened. I mean, if paralysis is closed 100 doors, 100,000 doors have opened that wouldn't have been there without paralysis because I wouldn't have even noticed them. So I'm grateful for paralysis. It's a gift. I know you don't want to hear that. It's a gift, bro. It's allowed me to become the man I've always meant to be. And I hate it with every fiber of my effing being. Every morning I wake up, still paralyzed. But the very first thing I do is my affirmations. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm whole. And then I go and I flex every single muscle in my body and in my mind, like right now, I can feel my toes scrunching.
Oh yeah.
And my toes haven't moved in 20 years, but they're gonna. And I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm whole. Do my affirmations, my worthy goal, go throughout my day. Grateful for like, bro, I gotta hug my kids and my little granddaughter. She knows grandpa's different. Like she's 18 months. So she knows grandpa's different because he's in a wheelchair. She doesn't understand what a wheelchair is, but she'll grab my wheelchair and walk behind it and push me. Or if my wheelchair's across the room, she knows if she wants to get Papa to go outside, she has to bring my wheelchair over to me. So she knows I'm different in that way, but that doesn't limit me. Dude, we go to the park, just me and her. And she's on the slides and she's doing the things and it gives her self-confidence too that Papa's there and Papa's challenged but Papa's different, Papa's different anyway. But yeah, paralysis doesn't get easier, bro. But life gets a freaking shit ton better. But life gets a shit ton better. Well, I didn't have, so what I cheated a little bit and I put it on socials. If there were any questions, and this is from Mike Hartley. He says, how do you want people to see you?
I would just want to be seen as a normal person, so it was great because, so when I got injured, I was with the Washington City Police Department and that's who I'm Sergeant Coleman. This is who I am.
Right.
And then I got injured and I'm not that anymore. And so then I became, oh, you're Brad in a wheelchair. That was my mindset. And I wasn't working. I'm on long-term disability with the police department to give me time to see what happens, see if I can come back to work. I didn't know what paralysis was. Nobody did.
Right.
And so then, 2 years later, or about a year and a half, I get an opportunity to go work part-time for the sheriff's office. That's where I started my career. And so I started, working there. And for a while, people would come in like, how you doing? How's the recovery? How's, this? And it's like, oh, it's good, and I wish I would have done more rehab and stuff like that. I don't know, like I would get in my groove and then I would get kind of depressed and then I would just go away from it and it's back and forth battle. And, but anyways, now, then all of a sudden it just like hit me one day that like people are coming in, like I'm just working in my office and people are just coming in and I interview new hires and I'm talking and nobody's even asking me anymore, how's my recovery? How's your, like, how's ever, it's just, hey, what's up? How you doing? Good. Good to see, and then I was like, man, it's good to just be seen again. It's just,
Right.
and I get it, people care, people wonder, like how you're doing mentally and physically, but it just was, it's good to be just seen as just a regular old, just a regular person that is just out living. Like when I go to the grocery store, like I was telling you guys earlier, people are like, oh, it's so inspiring to see you out and about. And I'm like, that I'm buying food for my family, like yesterday, like someone said it at Walmart and I'm like, well, my dog was out of food. So I had to go get dog food,
Like, I hope I'm not late for work. Like,
just a person. But it's just, it's like, I get it's inspiring, I guess, for someone to.
But no, like it is. Like I wanted you to on my podcast because I think you're very inspiring. So I don't know why I'm laughing at that because you are inspiring. But I guess from the context of what you're saying of just enjoying being a regular person, that's such a funny moment to experience.
Because it's like no one. It's like for a minute I just get to be, Brad. Like when I go to the kids' baseball games or, dance or, like, oh, like this is Henry and Scarlett's dad. This is Christy's husband, this is, my parents' kid, I don't feel like I don't know, like an injured person that someone's got to look out for.
That's a good question. Any more?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. So this one is from Sean Foyer. Sean says, what is the most frustrating part about being paralyzed?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question, but easy to answer because I get frustrated a lot and I've had to work on not letting my kids see it. Before I didn't think about that, like what they're going to pick up. And now if my kid gets angry, he'll like get pissed off and throw something. I'm like, what are you doing, bud? And he's like, you do it. And I'm like, and my wife's like, well, they see it from you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, cause I'm so focused on my own, like I loved going out in the garage, tinkering with stuff, whether it was working on my dirt bike, my mountain bike, washing my car. I loved washing my car. Like it was something I enjoyed doing, was just washing my truck. And I can't do that. Like I did it a couple weeks ago and it took forever.
Right. It takes forever.
But, it's like I get so frustrated. Like I'll have something on my lap and I'll drop it and I'll be like, motherfucker, are you kidding me? And then I get pissed and then I'm blaming God for putting me in this position. And, and then I'm naming off things like, oh, did I do this too much? Oh, it just goes down the cycle. And then I'm like pissed off that I can't even finish doing what I'm doing because I'm so frustrated that I drop something and then I take it inside with me, and then the kids will do something and I'm like,
Yep.
So it's a lot of stuff is frustrating, especially like dropping stuff's my biggest thing. Or if I'm like going and then I hit something with my front caster and it stops me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
That's why I like doing the questions with you guys because we have no idea what you guys are like.
Oh man,
but I'm sure that's awful.
Yeah, like.
Oh, dude. Okay. So we went. My granddaughter and I went up to and my wife. Okay, So my granddaughter, my wife went up and saw the lights up on Skyline Drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And she's on my lap, and I'm coming down off the road into where do you go up on the handicap ramp or whatever, and my front thing was placed too low, and we almost both go out and eat it. So but the bust is this, and it is the first time that it happened. So we're up there with the lights, and my wife, and remember, my granddaughter's 18 months old, and she has my wife's hand, and she wants to hold Papa's hand too, and she's in the middle of us. And I'm trying to figure out, and she's determined. This 18-month-old girl is determined to hold Papa's hand and Nana's hand at the same time as we walk these lights. And in my head, I'm thinking, how in the H is this going to happen? Like how? And so I tell her, I'm like, Sophia, you need to pull Papa on this side. You need to pull, and I can push with this. So she did. And me and my granddaughter and my wife got to hold hands. And this happened just the other night. So there's always a way, man. And it's just my life. I live a charmed life, you guys. Like, I live in sunshine and rainbows. I do. I live a life of sunshine and rainbows. I live a life of light, laughter, and love, man. I leave every living creature I come in contact with an impression of increase. That's my goal. That is part of my worthy goal that I say every day and have for 4 years. That's what I'm talking about, mindset, bro. Like, I was just about to cuss that, right? I can get your head right. But so what? It's special and a bust at the same time, but it's special because this little 18-month-old problem solved. She can't even speak yet, right? Like one word, Nana, Papa, different things, but to watch her problem solve and be relentless. That's one of my superpowers. I am relentless. And watch my granddaughter be like, no, this is happening, without saying it. Like, I'm holding your hand and Nana's hand. This is happening. And it happened. I didn't even know how the hell it was going to happen, but it did. And it was special. And people are, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you're inspiration everywhere you go. You didn't sign up for that. You didn't, bro, but you are.
Yeah.
Lean into it. Lean into being an inspiration and realize that you are bringing light, love, and laughter to somebody's life. Or you've allowed someone to get the milk for you, and now they have an impression of increase. So I think a lot of times, I'm going to call you both out right now. You guys both can't get out of your own damn way, or a lot of us can't get out of our own ways. And the block's there. But that being said, 20 years, 3 years, 4 years. So how do you heal, recover, mourn the person that was lost, the members that were lost? And I had to mourn the guy, that 6'2", 215-pound man. I had to mourn him. I was never going to be him again. And then I had to do it a second time, but that guy was built a whole lot different. But even being broken the second time, I still got to pick what pieces I wanted and what I didn't want, what didn't serve me. My life serves me in every capacity, man. I don't have negative shit in my life. My energy repels negative stuff. I'm a big energy, and yeah.
No, I think that's why people really like you, is you have this awful story and you're happy.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're the smiling the most in the room. Like, what the hell's going on? Like,
at 3 years and 4 years, I wasn't, though.
Yeah. You guys, just got to get close to the end here. I have another question, but before I ask it, do you guys have any other questions?
Hold on, let me read. Yeah, Brad, what you got?
Any other comments you want to say?
Well, you've kind of gone over it. Like you just kind of went over here to like whole new self thing. And that's like me. It's like, I've been working on like gratitude, having a gratitude attitude, because it's like, I think one thing negative and I just spiral. I go down not a K-hole, but an N-hole,
Yep.
Just, I just
negative
go down
on negative
and I'm
and
like,
negative.
oh, this sucks. This is, like this happened to me, this happened to me. Like, and I, then like myself, like I finally will start like looking forward to, I'm like, okay, I feel pretty good. And then the other day, I was going through a bunch of photos, for a friend of mine, and it was all like SWAT photos. And I was like, there's like 3,000 or 4,000 photos, and I'm going through them all one by one. And man, that made me like this sucks. But I started thinking, I'm like, damn, that was hard. Like that was hard. Like back then I thought that's the hardest shit I've ever done. And now it's like, man, now I'm doing hard. You know, like in a way, like some people like, how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know, the things I've done in my life brought me to where I'm at. Like I've done some hard shit in my life.
Right.
And so to me, it's like, it's easy, but it sucks at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I've had people like, I don't know how you could do this. Like if I was paralyzed, I'd probably kill myself.
Right.
And I
all
said,
the time you get
yeah.
that shit.
I
All
was
the
like,
time.
yeah. I'm like, that did cross my mind.
Isn't that weird? Because they're kind of telling you like you should kill yourself. Like that's what they're. How come you haven't killed yourself?
Yeah. Because there's times where I'm like, this, you know, like, why did I die? Or why didn't I die? Why, you know, shouldn't I die? Why, you know, how easy would it be? But then that's not ideal, because then you got to think about the people that looked for me all night. That was wasted, you know, like if I kill myself, oh, I just wasted their time.
No, I remember asking you in the podcast we did together, just me and you. I think I asked you like what keeps you going, and that was one of your answers. Was you're like the people that looked for me.
Yeah, the people that surround me, that cared about me, that wanted me home. You know, like my wife, my kids. You know, like my sister-in-law flew in from Texas to be at homes with the kids, so my wife can be next to me. You know, it's like there's so many people that cared so much, and it's like, okay, that's worth, you know, keep going. You know. But I still don't accept it. I don't know.
Well, I remember last time, I think my last question was, so would you rather be paralysis or no paralysis? And Matt answered paralysis.
And I said, absolutely not. I'd walk again.
And I love that because it just shows
if I could walk to the toilet in the morning or in the middle of the night, oh, that'd be... Yeah. If I could pee on my own, oh, that'd be so much.
So huge.
Okay, well, this leads to my last question.
This is 10 minutes just to pee.
This is my last question, and then closing remarks from that if you want.
Yeah.
We got in with movies, so.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you, if you guys could walk tomorrow, like what would be the first thing? Or you could only walk for like 5 hours. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know. You want to take this one first?
Yeah, I'm running, man. I'm running.
The whole time,
I'm just freaking running. I would run. So I'd liken it to Avatar, where Jake Sully gets out. He's got that new body, and that's exactly what I'd do, man. I would get out of that. He runs, and then he realizes he can feel the dirt on his feet, and he slides to a stop, and then he's just scritching his toes in that dirt. Oh yeah. I'd walk on the grass. I'd walk on the sand. I'd run.
Like they got that scene right. They nailed it.
They nailed it.
That's this
Avatar.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I've never seen it yet.
Yeah, because the soldier's like, he's a paraplegic, and then he gets in the Avatar and he can run.
Yeah, so it's an Avatar body, and it's so it'd basically be you getting into Mason's body, and because Mason would just be a shell, you know, when he's not there, it's just a body, and you could just plug in and go and use his body, bro. And
it's like a Black Mirror episode. That one.
Yeah.
That's what you guys need. Is
that you know what though? Brad would walk. I wouldn't walk.
What would you do, Brad? You can walk again.
I've always loved. I just like being outdoors, like especially like being up on the mountain. Like I would go for a trail run. I'd ride my mountain bike just because. You know, just the fresh air, listening to the gravel as you run when it's like the sound, almost rolling your ankle on, you know, something. I would just, I don't know, I'd like go for a hike. And I've not like a big hiker, but now that I can't really hike, it's like, man, like it would be nice to hike. And like, I actually got back into camping, bought a toy hauler. And because I can get in and get around, you know, put a wheelchair in there. And man, the first time we went camping this year was like, holy shit. Like, cool. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it again. I sold my trailer to my friend. I'm like, I can't just camp anymore.
Right.
You know, but now that I do that, I'm like, we found a toy hauler that's easy to get around in, you know, because, you know, you got to get to the bathroom and do your care. And it was like just sitting there. It was like, just listening to the wind blow through the pine trees. I'm like, man, this is some good shit.
Hell yeah. It is, man. It's like, I remember the first time I went camping too, because you don't know what it's going to be like. You don't know if it's just going to be a shiz show, and how am I going to get here, there, and everywhere, and yeah, and then you're in your chair around the fire with everybody, and the other people don't understand. Like, so I've spent well, 15 years. So I've been hurt 20. I've spent 15 years on building a life around paralysis, like companies around paralysis, and speaking. Like, my career is based around paralysis. So you offer me an able body, I have to mourn this guy now, because now I'm an able-bodied dude. And does the able-bodied dude, is he the same as I am now? You know, and does he?
Or does he go back to the 6 foot?
Right, bro. Like,
douchebag.
Right.
You don't like.
Straight up.
Probably.
Right.
Give him enough time.
Right. Give him enough time, because so I guess as soon as I got out of my way and started building things to help other people, that's where everything changed in my life. Like, I got out of this happened to me and got into this happened for me. And then instead of day one, I know it sounds so weird just to flip those two words around, but it's so true. Just do it. Like, stop thinking about it. Today's the day. Do it. And that, so now I built a life around paralysis. So I wouldn't want to be able-bodied. I don't think I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
You run around for 5 hours and then you go back to
I'd run, bro.
to the wheelchair, yeah.
I'd run like a mother trucker.
I think that's a good answer. How you guys feeling? Anything else you want to have said before we get to movies?
Oh, well, I don't know. Like what you were saying, like you've built life
Yeah.
with paralysis.
Yeah.
So I could retire in less than 2 years. So I'm still on the clock till I hit my retirement, because you can retire at 20 in Utah. You know, I'm they classify it tier 1, tier 2. Anyways, I can retire, and I'm freaking out. What am I gonna do?
I got you.
It's like I was gonna go work in construction or do something, because I love working with my hands. And now I'm like,
go be an Olympic basketball wheelchair guy.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'd try to do.
Michael, I can't remember his name now. He's from Melbourne.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he's on he was on the Olympic team we were in China together against stem cells. But yeah, I mean, Brad, listen, I'm never retiring, ever. I love what I do. Like, I don't work.
Well, I
I'm
have to
working right
retire.
now, homie.
They're forcing me to retire.
Well, okay, so you've got 2 years to get out of your way and see how you can help other people. And as soon as you figure that out, and I've got the road work for that, come to, bro, listen, let's just, and let's go golfing together. Let's get other people golfing. Let's get other people like on the bowheads, and let's get them up riding. And
Like, I know I want to help people. I mean, that's why I got into law enforcement.
right.
At first it was like, oh, a uniform and, cool,
Yeah, so
But
don't
now
worry
it's
about
like,
what you're
man,
doing. Don't worry about what you're doing after retirement. If you want to be
I got to stop. Yeah.
plugged in,
Come over and hang out with me.
helping people.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, look what Mace is. How long have you had your podcast?
3 years, 3.5 years.
Yeah. I mean, and some people would be like, how the F is homeboy doing that quick? You know,
Yeah.
and like, but you said everybody mourns differently and takes different time and
outlets.
stuff. But I mean, look at the impact you're having on people, Mace. Once you got out of your damn way and started saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to do a podcast that's going to help other people.
Yeah, it changed it changed a lot of things for me.
Yeah. I mean, you're different than the day we met. 100%.
Oh yeah, we met. That might be 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Getting close.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was new, bro. It was new.
Well, I remember when I met Matt, I Googled Matt Blanchard, because you said that you'd been on some podcasts. And then, spam.
Oh, I thought you had like a detective call.
No.
Oh, shit.
But so then I listened to the 1090 podcast, and that's how I started listening to your podcast. And then I met Matt Quackenbush through a friend of mine. And then Ryan hooked us, so it was like, man, so I met you, and then I got to know you through your podcast. I was like, man,
See, if you were walking, you wouldn't know any
Yeah.
of us.
Right. It's
Right?
facts.
Just your
Facts.
stupid cop
Yeah.
friends.
Dude, it is the truth. Like all the people we've met. Hell yeah, bro. I wouldn't take that back for 1 second.
it's true. I have met
Oh,
some really,
you're already flipping them a little.
Yeah, right.
I have met
mean,
some pretty cool people, you know, and been able to like help people.
Okay, here. So we're gonna get deep again real quick. But
Real quick.
Real quick, and then we got to get to movies.
so, yeah, then we got to get to movies. So was I suicidal? Yes, 100%. And did I have a plan? Yes. Did I damn near execute that plan? Yes. The only thing that stopped me was that my son was going to come home from elementary school, Arrowhead Elementary, and he'd have found me. He'd been the first to find me. And imagine what that would do to a 6-year-old, finding their dad in the shower with that done. So that's the reason why I'm here, truly. That's the last thought. I thought, yeah, that's going to F that boy up. So how do you, your legacy, bro, how do you want to be remembered? Like the next time, and we all of us have had suicidal ideations. All of us have had that at one point in our lives or not. And I've lost friends to suicide. I do not judge suicide in any way, shape, or form. I'm here to love and support. But how do you want to be remembered? Like, how do you want to be remembered? I'm leaving my mark on this planet, and that's what I'm going to do. And it's going to be, I'm going to live forever. I think we talked about this on the last podcast. And the way I'm going to do that is through my nonprofit, my foundation. So long after this thing's dead and gone, my nonprofit will still be helping other people with deficits. So that's how I live forever. So if you're down in the dumps and you're suicidal, good. Look at all the shattered pieces. Get rid of the ones that don't serve you. Pick up the ones that you want to be, knowing that you're making that decision. Seriously, that you're looking at the shattered pieces. And if you want to pick the bullshit up with your wife again, I'm calling you out a little bit right now. I'm talking to a mirror right now. So if I want to pick the bullshit up with my wife, then I've chosen that. Or I can say, you know what, that doesn't serve me, my marriage, or my kids. That's not going back inside. And then I go back to my house knowing that part of me doesn't reside here anymore. Like that part that was a douchebag to my wife, I chose to not put that back in. And so anybody listening, if you're broken, that's an amazing place to be. I mean, it sucks, but it's amazing. So look at the pieces, and then, bro, choose what you want to put back together and make the most powerful Brad Coleman there is on the planet, and get rid of all the bullshit that doesn't serve you. And that goes for anybody that's listening. That's what I did. It worked. And believe me, I've tried a lot of other things and failed at them. So
Thanks.
Words of wisdom.
Movies then?
movies.
You guys probably watch a lot of movies.
I do.
You know?
Wait a minute. Wait. What is that bullshit? Like, wait, you know, their legs don't work. They must watch a lot of movies.
My love language is teasing, truly.
And sarcasm. Yeah,
I'm
me too.
sorry.
Me too.
We can edit that one out.
No, I like.
No,
I'm
leave
more
it.
sarcastic, dude.
You know who you really are.
Yeah, it better be in there. He picks on the paralyzed. Okay, that's what.
When I first got injured, I watched a lot of shows because I had nothing
Thanks
to
for having
do.
my back.
I do watch a lot of shows too. Okay, he's right. I do, but I do. I mean, he's assuming. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So what movies you got though? I forgot from last time we did it, so I'm excited.
Top sports show.
No, are we doing movies again, or what do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we got? What movies? Top three. What do you?
This my okay. Caddyshack for sports show.
Yeah. Comedy.
For boy, this is a tough one, man, because you got like Tombstone, Hang 'em High,
Bless you.
Pale Rider, Top Gun,
1 and 2.
oh, and like Braveheart. You've got, oh, dude. I mean, yeah,
There's a plethora of good movies.
Hacksaw. That's kind of what I do, bro. That's kind of what I do. All right.
Well, like sports, what you guys can help me out with this. I should know it since I like the movie. It's the one with Kevin Costner. He plays baseball.
Oh, yeah.
The Rookie.
The,
For
No,
for the love of the
game.
That one's probably one of my favorite
That's
sports
a
movies.
great one.
Comedy.
Ooh.
Favorite comedy, Tommy Boy. I will say that.
Oh,
Yeah,
great
just
I
Chris,
remember that one. from
Chris
last time,
Farley.
yeah.
Oh man, that guy just
Great show.
That
dude,
is
I
a
could just-
classic.
yeah. And then like the serious one is
Twilight.
probably yeah. Speaking of Coleman's, man.
Would you guys rather have to watch Twilight or be paralyzed?
Paralysis all day.
But like a serious one, like I think I've said it, like Gladiator.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, freak, I think I even cried in Gladiator.
Yeah, Gladiator.
I thought Gladiator 2 was fine. Like, obviously not as good as.
Yeah,
But like, I enjoyed the film.
A Few Good Men's good one.
Yeah, there's so many
Gladiator's
good ones.
Tom-
I just watched One Battle After Another. That's my favorite movie I've seen in the last few years.
Never heard of it.
Leonardo's in it. It was
Ah.
good, man.
One battle after another.
Big Lebowski vibes, but
Ooh.
it's good. Anyway, sorry we lost your episode, but I'm kind of glad now. Like, it was
Yeah.
fun having
Yeah,
you guys back.
Yeah.
Chat again.
Thanks
Always
for-
a pleasure. Always fun.
Thanks for being a good sport with my jokes. And you guys are truly inspiring. I think you guys are a perfect example of life's 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it.